So, ich weiß jetzt natürlich nicht, ob man was sieht. So, ich weiß jetzt natürlich nicht, ob man was sieht. So, ich weiß jetzt natürlich... So Leute, ich hoffe, man sieht jetzt was. Ich hoffe, es ist jetzt auch alles einigermaßen gut eingestellt. Nicht wundern, ich musste von vornherein die Ingame-Musik ausstellen, weil es dauerte keine 10 Sekunden, hatte ich einen Copyright-Strike drin. Das ist mir dann doch zu heikel. Deshalb müssen wir leider damit Vorlieb nehmen, dass wir heute keine Musik haben. Ich werde mal gucken, ob ich bis zum nächsten Mal vielleicht GEMA-freien Hip-Hop oder was auch immer einspiele. Heute, denke ich mal, werden wir uns erstmal den Longshot-Modus ein bisschen angucken. Das ist der Story-Modus von Madden. Den wir, glaube ich, jetzt im zweiten Kapitel anfangen. Ich weiß es gar nicht. Ist halt heute erst für EA Premier-Mitglieder rausgekommen und kommt auch eigentlich erst nächste Woche. Jo, deshalb weiß ich gar nicht, ob wir da eine komplett eigene Story kriegen oder ob das einfach nur der zweite Teil ist, sage ich mal, weil der erste kam letztes Jahr schon. Ist aber das erste Madden seit knapp 10 Jahren, was mal wieder auf dem PC erscheint. Und damit würde ich sagen, ohne großartiges weiteres Gequatsche, so wollte ich sagen, gucken wir doch mal in den Longshot-Modus.
Next up, Devin Wade.
It's been a year now since Wade made a name for himself on the hit show Long Shot, but now he's been signed by the Dallas Cowboys.
How about that? And a year ago, I would have said Wade's got a shot at a decent NFL career, but let's be honest, this last year has been really rough on him.
At least he's on a team, unlike his buddy Colt Cruz.
Yeah, but you gotta give Colt some credit. I mean, he gave up a shot at the Super Regional Combine to help his buddy Devin Wade out when he needed it most.
That's true, but would we even be talking about him if he wasn't on that show? He barely made it out of rookie minicamp last year.
Yeah, but I think Cruz has some talent. We would have seen Cruz missile launch right out of the Super Regional. Yeah, sure, he got some exposure on the show, but that could ultimately cost him in the long run.
Nate, there's nothing wrong with being on a reality show.
Of course you would say
How
that.
dare you? How dare you? Peter, who has the best shot of these guys to make it?
No, my guy, I'm Mike Schmizniak. That's right, I'm a Schmiz guy.
No way.
Yes.
Not a chance,
It's
Trey.
lucky he had the best numbers of any of those contestants.
Don't sleep on the Schmiz.
Okay, you're talking about numbers. Football is much more than numbers. I mean, Schmitty is a beast on the field, but that attitude, though, hey, listen, that's a non-starter in my book.
All right, Burleson, so who's your pick?
You know who I stand by.
Who?
Colt Cruz, baby.
I'll give you a name. Sergeant Carrot.
Yeah.
I'm a big Sergeant
Yes.
Carrot guy.
Absolutely.
When the show went back to Wade's old Army unit and Wade and Cruz got to go Iron Man against Dan Marino, it's Carrot.
She more than held her own against her fellow soldiers. NFL scouts out there, take note of this lady.
Here, here.
Thank
Yes.
Does she even have a first name?
Yeah, Sergeant.
Sarge for short.
Sarge, yeah.
All right, in all seriousness, do you guys see a future in the NFL for these two?
Yeah, listen, the window is short after college. You normally get 2 seasons to catch on. I say it's do or die for Cruz.
And Wade, it's been a year now. He hasn't been cut, but it looks like no team in the NFL.
Prickelnd ist, weil wie gesagt, ist halt komplett auf Englisch. Ich glaube auch nicht, dass bezweifle gerade, ob das Gesamtprojekt das Richtige ist. Weil ja, der Story-Modus von FIFA ist lokalisiert worden, wenn auch später, aber ist lokalisiert worden. Der von Madden leider nicht. Ich hatte jetzt die Hoffnung, dass sie das endlich mal lokalisiert hätten. Wir können ja uns noch mal ganz kurz ein Play Now angucken. Wie gesagt, ich habe halt auch Madden immer nur kurz gespielt. Da haben wir schon wieder Werbung für MUD, Madden Ultimate Team. Ist im Endeffekt genau dasselbe Prinzip wie bei FIFA auch. Wir ziehen Packs, können dort Spieler ziehen und ähnliches. Nur ich dachte, wir machen mal ganz kurz einen Eindruck von der Präsentation. Ich finde es ein bisschen armselig, dass wir nicht mal Untertitel haben. Ich bin eigentlich davon ausgegangen, dass man wenigstens deutsche Untertitel hat.
Take on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Der Rechner müsste das ohne Probleme abkönnen.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
Right?
Set to go now on a wet and rainy night, and off we go from Seattle. This will be taken short.
Was er getan hat.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Die sich mit Football nicht so auskennen.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be brought out by their Pro Bowl QB in his 7th year now in the Emerald City. It's Russell Wilson.
So knowing the
an die
style of
Endzone zu
offense
spielen
Seattle
und
favored
wir hatten
or
die
has favored during
Möglichkeit,
Russell Wilson's
das
time there,
Ganze
raise your hand if you thought you'd see
weiter
him
nach
lead the
vorne zu
league
tragen. Jetzt sind
in
wir
touchdown
dran.
passes.
My hand's down right now.
That's what I thought. He only had 21 in 2016,
Wir nehmen mal das,
so we
was der
didn't see
Coach
that part
sagte.
coming.
Jetzt
The
spielst
Seahawks missed
du,
the playoffs for the first time in Russell Wilson's tenure last
wie
season,
gesagt,
but expect that to change going forward.
Yeah, 34 touchdown passes last year on the heels of the 21 you mentioned the season before. Baldwin with it over the middle.
einigermaßen funktioniert. Wir hätten über die Runde
quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Ersten
A
Versuch
gain of
zu
6
bekommen.
there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Wie haben wir denn noch? First and 4.
6 yards was
Wie
the
gesagt, wir
pickup on
haben
the
jetzt
last
insgesamt
completion,
noch
so
3
here's 2nd and
Versuche.
4.
Insgesamt hat man immer 4, in denen wir dann gucken können.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Worden. Das heißt,
And we
der
take a
Gegner
look
wäre an
at
den
the
Ball gekommen,
offense
hätte dann
for
mit
the
dem Ball versuchen können, in die
Seahawks.
Endzone
And that
zu
means my
rennen.
eyes go to
Wenn
Doug
das
Baldwin out
geschafft
on the
hätte,
perimeter. He plays the game so hard and with such passion, but also plays it skillfully. Only 1 drop last season on his way to another Pro Bowl season.
Hey, over here.
Wilson.
der war gut, der war gefangen.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Und dadurch, dass wir jetzt über die Linie gekommen sind, haben wir 4 neue Versuche, um 10 Yards zu überbrücken. Wir kriegen da auch mal angezeigt, wen wir am besten nehmen sollten als Passempfänger.
Then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. These two teams, Colts and Seahawks, they met on a Sunday night a season ago. It was actually the Colts with a 5-point lead at halftime, but then the second half flipped the script. Seahawks exploded, outscored Indy 36-3 on their way to a 46-18 victory. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Over the middle, complete. That's Baldwin.
Sind wieder überwunden.
This would pass the 30 down to the 25.
Könnten jetzt theoretisch sogar schon so eine Viert durchschießen. Wir sind mehr als 30 Yards, 35 Yards vor der gegnerischen Endzone. Könnten also schießen, wenn wir es für nötig halten. Denke ich aktuell nicht, dass das nötig ist. Float Pass.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Wieder angekommen.
That's Baldwin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Einspielen ganz schön.
Back-to-back nice gains.
Abseits
That one for
Rookie
14
gestellt.
yards and
Also
another
absoluter
first.
Anfänger.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone set. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
This is Carson fighting him off.
Und wir haben ihn durchgetragen.
Touchdown.
Das bedeutet für uns erstmal 6 Punkte. Sollten wir jetzt noch das Field Goal versenken, wäre das noch ein extra Punkt.
And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone, they do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves. Sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Footing always a concern, but the extra points have been good. And it's now a 7-0
Wir
game.
machen einen sogenannten Kick-Off. Versuchen den Ball wie der Gegner eben auch so weit wie irgend möglich in die gegnerische Zone zu schießen,
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. You hear the roar from this crowd in Indianapolis as Andrew Luck comes back onto the field here in the Circle City and leads them into the huddle.
And the big news for the big passer from Stanford in 2018, a clean bill of health. Missed all of 2017 after complications from shoulder surgery. And this is a guy who had 40 touchdown passes in 2014. Anything even approaching that number.
Wir müssen halt versuchen, so schnell wie möglich den Quarterback zu Fall zu bringen.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan.
Das war sehr schnell, er hat nur einen
done in
einzigen
practice.
Yard
But you
gemacht
have
in jedem
some
Versuch.
teams that when they get down, their natural
So
tendency
sollte
is to
es weiterlaufen,
strike
idealerweise,
back. And let's see if they
um
want
zu
to get
verhindern,
outside of
dass
the
der
game
Gegner da
plan we
über die
expect
eigene Linie kommt
and
und
try
4
and be
neue
aggressive
Versuche
on their
bekommt.
first series.
Es hilft uns auch nichts, wenn jetzt die 1 Minute noch was vorbei sind, weil es wird einfach nach der Pause so weitergespielt, als wäre nichts gewesen. Einzige Ausnahme ist die Halbzeitpause. Da fängt es dann neu an mit Ballbesitz, in dem Fall jetzt Ballbesitz für die Colts, weil wir den ersten Ballbesitz hatten im Spiel und dann hat nach der Halbzeit automatisch andere Ballbesitz.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Sehr, sehr viele Yards.
Luck now to throw. And that is
incomplete. Gut, damit hat sich das erledigt. Jetzt werden sie versuchen, den Ball zu kicken. Sind aber relativ weit weg. Es wird nie und nimmer was werden. Es gibt eine Handvoll Quarterbacks auf der Welt, die ähnliche Schüsse können, obwohl aus der Distanz auch nicht so ab. 40 Yards können das wirkliche Experten dann umsetzen.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Mal gucken, okay, den will er anspielen.
Now Wilson on 1st down toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now it's Wilson, and he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
So,
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this. But they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving.
Da steht jetzt oben 3rd and inches, also dritter Versuch. Und Inches ist vergleichbar mit unseren Zentimetern. Da wird dann nicht mehr genau drauf geachtet, sondern da geht man davon aus, egal was passiert, der geht sowieso.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds his man, Baldwin.
Der hat super funktioniert.
First down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times you tell the story,
So, der
it
läuft
never
jetzt
loses its luster for me.
Cross
Dylan
route.
Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a
Corner
number
round.
1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Der müsste noch angekommen sein. Wichtig ist, dass der Ball ankommt, bevor also er den Ball festhält, bevor er dann die weißen Markierungen betritt. Also die große weiße Markierung. Und es müssen beide Beine auf dem Boden sein. Das sollte aber geklappt haben. Jo, ein 20 Yard Catch. Das ist sehr schön. Dann gucken wir
Down
noch
from
mal,
Colts territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Route laufen, die uns ein bisschen was bringt.
On 1st and 10, Davis. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Davis. Man open left side.
Aber der klappte gut, weil wir uns lösen
They
konnten.
got 29 yards that time. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Ich kann heute leider eure Kommentare auch jetzt nicht sehen, weil ich einfach das Setup noch nicht so habe, wie ich es gerne hätte. Eine schöne Grafikkarte übrigens. Das versuche ich aber zum nächsten Mal zu ändern.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Ob sich das
And a little
für
floater there is incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. And it's 2nd
mit
down.
euch,
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When
ich
you're
halt
the
eigentlich den
underdogs and you're
Story-Modus
playing on the
spielen
road,
wollte.
you absolutely
Und
have
da
to
der
get
aber
takeaways. You've got to
komplett
get the
auf
ball
Englisch
from
ist,
them.
macht
Yeah,
das
win
in
that
Deutsch
turnover battle going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That throw good for only a couple. It
Das
brings
ist so
up
das
3rd down.
Problem, dass wir
I
da
think it's
nicht...
okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. On 3rd down, Procise. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the
Gibt es halt
pickup
zwei
there. It's 4th
Möglichkeiten.
down.
Entweder wir schießen einen Field Goal oder wir... gibt er uns die Möglichkeit überhaupt? Jo, die gibt er uns. Die probieren wir auch mal. Ich könnte jetzt mit dem Field Goal 3 Punkte machen. Wäre wahrscheinlich die vernünftigste Lösung. Was wir jetzt versuchen ist ein Spielzug.
Here's Davis throwing on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Colts are going to take
So,
over
jetzt
the
haben wir halt gar
football.
keine Punkte in
So
dem
the
Run gemacht.
defense
Das
has to
ist das,
stay
was
out and
auf
get
gar
one
keinen Fall
more
passieren
stop. They
sollte.
were able to do it, forcing the
Oder war ich zu
incompletion.
gierig?
So on their record,
Jetzt
that goes down as a successful
Spielchen
play.
wieder vorne
Doesn't
los.
matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Dass wir das
Brissett
Ganze...
to throw on 1st. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Das Ganze wegkriegen.
Seeing that play and understand just
Denken
how
wir bei
tough
2
it is to
Yards.
cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a
Nicht
really
versucht zu
difficult
laufen,
time.
sondern
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
So, das hat auch gut
2 minutes to
funktioniert.
play here in
Ah,
the
das
first
2-Minute Warning.
half.
Genau.
Back to Century Link
2
Field.
Minuten vor der
After
Halbzeit und
this.
2 Minuten vor Ende des Spiels gibt es ein sogenanntes 2-Minute Warning. Da wird das Spiel automatisch pausiert.
Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check
die
in with
Chance,
Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at
zumindest
our
im
first
realen
half
Football
as well as a
ganz
look
kurz mit
ahead
dem
to
Coach
what's
zu
coming up
beraten,
later this weekend.
um zu entscheiden, wie es weitergeht und brauchen dafür halt kein Timeout nehmen.
Come on, let's go.
And again, it's Turbin. And he gets it to
Sogar
the
über die Linie,
34. Good
wie wir es
enough
eben
for
schon
the
hatten, und hat
first.
4 neue
So just
Versuche.
4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And incomplete, a
fast.
drop there in the middle third of the field.
Aber der
That'll
galt
bring
als
it 2nd
incomplete,
down.
heißt, Der gegnerische Spieler hatte den Ball zwar in der Hand, hat ihn aber nicht schützen können und wir konnten ihn, dadurch, dass wir den Spieler angestoßen haben, den Ball auf den Boden verteilen, dafür sorgen, dass er auf den Boden fällt. Das ist dann ein sogenannter Incomplete Pass beim Pass, geht jetzt nicht, weil schon mal dann als abgeschlossen, wenn er wirklich sicher ist.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Und da waren wir einfach schnell genug beim Anstoßen.
On third down, Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Vierter Versuch,
Losing
14.
4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on
Wenn
out
sie
for the half.
jetzt den Ball abjagen, sind sie innerhalb von einem einzigen Spielzug, wenn überhaupt, wenn nicht sogar im selben Zug noch in unserer Endzone, und das wollen wir auf jeden Fall verhindern.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando,
Der war
Florida.
sicher,
Absolute
das war
mess.
super.
And able to get
Dadurch
this
sind
one
wir
out
etwas
just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Zumindest unmittelbar in die
18 yards
Fahrenzone
the
erstmal
gain
raus.
for number 18.
Wir sind zwar immer noch in Field Goal Range für den Gegner, haben aber wieder 4 neue Versuche.
On first and 10. Open man is Amara Darbo, complete.
Sollten das eigentlich hinkriegen, der war auch schön. Er hat uns eine ganze Menge Yards gebracht. Mal gucken. Aber jetzt ist mal Halbzeitpause.
Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Grundlinie, wo die jetzt halt schon den aufgebaut erwischt haben, was dafür sorgt,
He was looking for Daniels that time, and that'll make it third down. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, You're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his fourth carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Das kann zwar reingehen und ist dann auch Quarterback-Sack. Ja, das ist auch nochmal, wenn wir es schaffen, den Quarterback zu erwischen, nachdem er aus seiner Position rausgelaufen ist, dann bekommen sie automatisch eine Strafe, beziehungsweise sie werden da zurückgesetzt, wo wir ihn umgeworfen haben. Und jetzt werden wir auf jeden Fall ein Field Goal schießen.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're going to run a lot of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Fangen jetzt also hier wieder an, wo wir zu Boden gebracht wurden.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
So.
Davis on first down and just shutting him off.
Super. Der war genau in die Arme gespielt.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays.
Schreibt die rein,
6'4", 6'5" and up.
beziehungsweise idealerweise schreibt sie unter das automatisch hochgeladene Video. Und dann werde ich mich bemühen, die Fragen bestmöglich zu beantworten. Ist halt auch mein allererster Versuch eines Livestreams. Von daher ist mir bewusst, dass es sehr holprig ist, aber ich glaube, wir alle, also auch die großen YouTuber, die es in Deutschland geliebt haben, angefangen. Ich denke, dafür bietet sich so ein Spiel irgendwo an.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Und wir werden mal gucken. Der läuft jetzt halt diese Cross-Round, dass man daran sieht, dass er eigentlich schräg übers Spielfeld läuft.
Davis now throwing on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Vanette.
Das hat gerade so funktioniert.
Inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Davis. Over the middle, it's time to fire.
Der war super, weil
before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Das war 19 Yards weiter Pass, beziehungsweise dann anschließender Lauf. Zählt man zusammen. Und 19 Yards ist schon relativ gut. Sorgt dafür, dass wir eigentlich fast in der Endzone stehen. Wie wir schon sehen. Wir werden jetzt mal versuchen, das Ganze auch noch irgendwie zu versenken. Und das hat geklappt. Weil, wie gesagt, beide Beine auf dem Boden, Pass gefangen und an den Körper gedrückt, dadurch gesichert, bedeutet Touchdown in der Endzone. Und sichert uns, wie vorhin schon gesagt, 6 Punkte. Da kommt noch der eine Bonuspunkt, den man natürlich auch verkacken könnte.
Very sharp too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Nicht schaffen könnte, ist aber eher unwahrscheinlich passiert. Jetzt gucken wir mal, dass wir dem Gegner ein bisschen den Ball dahin hauen, wo er nicht hinhaben will. Weil die werden jetzt rennen wie Wiesel.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time.
Hab grad gemerkt, dass ich die ganze Zeit mein Vibrationsalarm
as you
anhatte.
noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
Wie gesagt,
Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot
der
more
Stream
comfortable
war
about
jetzt
the
auch
position
nur,
they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see
mal
if they
einen
can get the
Eindruck vom
score.
Spiel zu bekommen und daran wollte ich mich teilhaben lassen.
Try to get it to Williams, but
Das war
it's
eine sogenannte
intercepted.
Interception.
He's picked off at
Das
his
heißt,
own
ich habe den Ball
47.
abgefangen
He's
im
able to
Pass
take this one back to the
und konnte damit
36-yard
losrennen.
line.
Well, you're trailing, it's the fourth
Das
quarter,
bedeutet,
you've gotta throw the
wir
football.
bekommen
But
da
the
den
defense
Ball,
knows this too. So they're just gonna sit
unser
back,
Spieler
bring in
zu
an extra
Ball
defensive
gebracht
back or two, the old
was
nickel or
automatisch
dime
zur Feuerwehr
strategy,
an
Brandon, and wait for you
vereitelt.
to put that bad boy up for
Und wir
grabs.
haben eine
And this one winds
relativ
up being
gute
intercepted.
Position.
Steps away. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up
So,
second
jetzt werden wir
down.
mal
Sometime in
gucken.
this fourth quarter,
die
someone on
laufen
defense is going to have to
will.
step up and force a turnover.
Okay.
To throw on second down. Davis. Incomplete.
Den hätte jetzt fast
There defensively.
intercepted.
First quarter,
War Gott sei Dank
Charles,
nur
you really
incomplete,
emphasized
weil
the importance of winning the turnover battle
den
as a visiting
weggeschlagen
team,
hat und
as
nicht
an
versucht hat, den
underdog.
festzuhalten,
They haven't forced a single turnover in this
nicht
game.
And
festgehalten
right
hat.
now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Davis now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on
So,
the
jetzt ist die
completion.
Frage, schießen
It's
wir ein
fourth
Field
down.
Goal
Whether you're playing
oder
West Coast
laufen wir?
offense or not,
Und
one
wir
of the
laufen.
maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains
Falsche
with a
Taste.
surprise, but it's a turnover on
Ja,
downs.
das kann bei dem neuen
They
Spiel immer
pass up the
passieren,
3,
dass
fake
ich
it,
jetzt
it doesn't work.
in der
remember
Aufregung
being
habe ich
taught
die
that
falsche Taste
cliches
gedrückt.
have become
Ist jetzt
so
sehr
for a
ärgerlich für
reason.
uns,
A lot of times they're true,
weil
right?
der hätte auch
What's
gut
that easy
funktionieren
talks about
können.
letting sleeping dogs lie? But this one wasn't sleeping, maybe just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the
Oh,
lead.
da haben wir Glück gehabt,
You
dass
may
es
have ignited them now, they stopped
müssen
you.
hat,
Exactly right. If you take the
weil
points
hätte
here, you
auch
don't
noch
shift
gut ein Stück
momentum
weiterlaufen
necessarily
können.
on that play. You probably just did. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to work.
Und da war wieder ein Quarterback-Sack.
By the Seahawk defense. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3
Handelt mal wieder eine
defensively.
Strafe
Pressure
ein.
coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most
eine
quarterbacks. If you're
Rückversetzung.
right-handed,
Keine
that's the
Strafe.
side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And that's complete. It's the tight end
Dass wir
Daniels.
eigentlich
And he'll
nur
lose
noch
yardage
aufpassen
here,
müssen,
going
dass die
down
Zeit
back at the
runterläuft.
28. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play.
Und wir das Ganze
And they're going
dann
to face an uphill battle here on
weitestgehend
3rd and long.
richtig umsetzen.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Ja,
a
da
really
stehen
good pickup of
nur noch 3
28
Minuten
yards.
23.
Clock
Aber ihr könnt mir
management
glauben,
definitely
wenn die
critical
jetzt
here
noch
if they
einen
want to get back in this game.
Touchdown machen,
Absolutely agreed. They have to
dann
up
sind
the
es nur
tempo
noch
in
4
this case,
Punkte.
down a couple of
Und
scores.
4
Want to
Punkte,
make sure they have a chance to win this ball
wenn
game.
es viel klingt, wenn man im ganzen restlichen Spiel 10 Punkte gemacht hat, können dann plötzlich so schnell gehen. Ja gut, aber nicht bei einer Interception. Fumble ist, ich habe den Ball jetzt nach der Interception dummerweise wieder verloren. Der Ball war frei.
And now they need to capitalize, get this back to a one-score game. From there, anything can happen.
After review of the play, the running on the field is reversed.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10.
Dadurch war es kein Fumble und wir sind im Ballbesitz.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Gotta figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they can keep the ball on the ground. Sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
So, jetzt
puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Und hoffen, dass der ankommt. Sonst sind die nochmal in Ballbesitz.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looking to throw. Davis. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Jetzt will die Zeit anhalten. So, jetzt sind es plötzlich noch mal 2 Minuten.
The first down carry for Davis.
Ist schon rum.
Able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 150 left in the football game.
Umgesetzt kriegen. Vielleicht machen wir jetzt auch noch schnell einen Touchdown.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Amara Darboh, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well.
End zone call.
Und Touchdown. Gerade noch so mit den
As
Füßen.
these guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad luck that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out to kick is Janikowski.
Und jetzt
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it to next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that. Coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A first down throw for Brissett. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Wie gesagt, die Uhr läuft runter, läuft immer wieder runter.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Set. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Die Zeit halt anzuhalten, sich diese 45 Sekunden zu halten, weil die zählen erst dann, wenn geworfen hat. Das war eine Interception, das gibt jetzt uns noch Punkte. Das gilt halt auch als Touchdown, weil wir jetzt bis zum Ende durchrennen können.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now, as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Diese 31 Sekunden.
Muss jetzt werfen,
halt
seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it with just 19
Damit haben sie kein Timeout mehr. Wir haben noch 19 Sekunden. Und sie müssen noch gut
they go play action with Brissett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way,
choose to continue your season and play more games with your team.
So. Gut. Ich würde sagen, das war es dann erstmal von meiner Seite. Und ich wünsche euch noch sehr viel Spaß. Und werde das Ganze jetzt auch beenden.